week 7 going for 2 War Room waiver wire. Woo! Halfway there. We made it, guys. We beat COVID halfway there. Season week 7. I mean, technically playoffs start at week 15. I mean, depends the league you're in, depends the settings and whatnot, but we are halfway there. And I'm glad we can make it. Cheers to all you guys. I am drinking a beer called Pub Beer tonight. It's going to be a good show. I'm excited. We are in a dilemma, right? I mean, we have McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, all these top running backs. We have wide receivers getting hurt. But the way we do, we build our team through waiver wire. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Week 7. Okay, guys. Week 7 is going to be crazy. A lot of bye weeks. We got to be smart with how we use our streams, our waiver wire picks, our money, our budget. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first person I have at quarterback is Justin Herbert, quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost said the other one. We think he's becoming what they want, the franchise quarterback. He's doing great, 300-plus yard games in his first 2 starts, 3+ touchdowns in each of his next 2. He had a bye week last week, so check and see if he was dropped. He might have been dropped. If he was dropped, go and pick him up. He's going to be a great quarterback. If you lost Dak Prescott 2 weeks ago, then add Herbert. Herbert has a very good matchup this week against the Jaguars defense. Everybody does good against the Jaguars defense except for Matthew Stafford. I don't know why Matthew Stafford didn't do good, but he showed he did bad. But I love Herbert this week. He has good weapons, Mike Williams, Henry, Keenan Allen, and then at running back, Justin Jackson. I like Justin Jackson. I'm a Justin Jackson guy. Spoiler alert, he's going to be one of the running backs we're going to be talking about. The next quarterback, I've been saying him week in, week out, like the whole season. I mean, I don't know why he's still out there, why he's not picked up. Gardner Minshew. Minshew mania continue, guys. It's just he had 2+ touchdowns every game. The only game that he didn't have, he had at least 243 yards or more. But he faces the Chargers defense. The Chargers defense is not as elite as it used to be. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. I think Gardner Minshew can be a good streaming quarterback this week. He worked out the last couple of weeks. I mean, he gets points in garbage time. I love Minshew because he also has rushing upside. I mean, overall with him, it just you have to have flexibility with him if you want to start him or not. Baker Mayfield, he had a very bad game last week, but you have to forgive and forget. Like, it was a bad game. I mean, his ribs, I hope they're healthy. I mean, if you're really, really down on quarterback and he's out on the waiver wire, pick him up. Bengals, they're horrible. That secondary just gave up 371 yards to Phillip Rivers and 3 touchdowns. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a big, what do you call it? Phillip Rivers fan. And he's old, and if he can do it, and the weapons that they have, I think Baker Mayfield can get it done. Next quarterback is Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy Two Glove, whatever you want to call him. He struggled last week. It was the Bears defense, though. Give him a break. I don't know why you would want to play the Bears defense. This week is against the Saints. The Saints secondary is not that good, guys. Every quarterback they face, they've allowed 20+ fantasy points, and at least 3 or more touchdowns as well. The Saints, they're a high-paced team, right? So it can be a very good correlation with him. I like Teddy Two Glove this week. I'm going to be streaming him as my quarterback. Other quarterbacks that are potential are Andy Dalton, Daniel Jones versus Philadelphia, Derek Carr versus Tampa Bay, Kyle Allen versus Dallas, Drew Lock versus Kansas City. In reality, I want to stick more with the top guys that I just mentioned. Okay. If you're going to put a waiver for them, don't spend more than $5. Spend like $5 or $2 or $3. But if Herbert is out there, I'd probably go a little higher because I believe in his ceiling. I think his ceiling is higher than people think. I like him for the rest of the season. So go ahead and add him. Running back, Justin Jackson. I told you guys 2 weeks ago to add him. Some of y'all didn't do it. I know some of y'all didn't do it because his ownership didn't go too high. But the one that you did it, good job. You got yourself a starting running back until Austin Eckler comes back. I was high on Joshua Kelly coming in, but his fumbling problems and his yard per carry really threw me off on him. I knew Justin Jackson was potentially, going to run away with it, and I think he's going to run away with it. Jackson out-touched Joshua Kelly 20-12 and outgained Kelly 94-38 yards and out-snapped him 59-35%. So with Austin Eckler being – I heard on a podcast that Austin Eckler said that his hamstring is torn off the bone. That worries me, like bad. I have Austin Eckler in some of my leagues, and that worries me really bad. I mean, they said they're going to ride the hot hand, but I don't know, man. And Jackson has a really good matchup against the Jaguars. I mean, I love Jackson. I would spend $25 in a $100 budget league. I would go high on him. I mean, right now you're in the if you're 2-4 and he's out there, he should be a top priority right now. If you're 4-1 or 5-1, is it 5-1? What would it be? 5-1? Yeah. I mean, you should really. It'll be 4-1, right? Or 4-2. I can't remember. I can't count. It's week 7, so 4-2. But Justin Jackson should definitely be up there. Yeah, I have Justin Jackson. Boston Scott. All right. Boston Scott, guys. I mean, he really screwed us up. Screwed us early. Screwed us? He really effed us over when Miles Sanders was hurt, right, earlier in the season. But in reality, you have to forgive and forget, guys. You guys can't hold grudges. This is how you don't win in fantasy if you hold grudges. In DFS, in fantasy football, don't matter. Boston Scott right now, if he's available, go pick him up. Miles Sanders is going to be out for 2 weeks. One of those weeks is a bye week, so this is more like a week-to-week thing. But with Miles Sanders, I think he's injury-prone. Like, he might as well be a stash on your roster. He suffered a knee injury, and then earlier in the season, I think he had a hamstring issue. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You're scared of what he did week 1, but last season he did pretty well as a running back 2 with him. He's a very reliable weekend starter. I'm gonna put money on him. I'd put $25 of my $100 fab if I had him. If I need a win now, I'm adding these running back. Now these running backs are more of a bottom below tier. So Philip Lindsay, Broncos running back. Let's see. Yeah, Philip Lindsay, Broncos running back. He got 23 touches, 101 yards without Melvin Gordon. I don't know what the situation is on Melvin Gordon because you guys know, let's see, like 2 weeks ago when they say Dwayne Haskins was limited or Dwayne Haskins has diarrhea. I don't know, man, diarrhea or stomach problem. And then all of a sudden he's inactive 2 weeks in a row. And then all of a sudden you see that there was trade rumors. I think there's more to this Melvin Gordon story. I mean, if he comes back, then cool. Wipe that out, what I just said. But Gordon could be facing a suspension for a DUI he received last week. So Lindsay should be on your priority. I spend like 15 to $20 on him if he's available. I doubt he's available. I checked all my league. He wasn't available. But go and add him if he is. J.D. McKissick, the football team, Washington football team. This guy, oh my goodness, I added him in all my leagues last week. He was available. I was shocked. I was like, all right, cool. I'll add him. I stashed him. And he led the backfield with 14 touches last week. Gibson had 13, but in three straight games, he has 6+ catches and 40 yards. So he's basically like what Chris Thompson used to be in this kind of environment. Now they're facing the Cowboys this week, so I expect a lot of high-paced game, kind of like what you guys seen for like the last 6 weeks. I mean, that's all they do. Just pass, high pace, make the other team, but I think the Washington football team defense is actually pretty good. A lot of people don't, but I do. But J.D. McKissick, add him. He's available in a lot of leagues. Roster, I've probably spend like 10, 15 bucks on him. Maybe, yeah, 10 bucks. I feel comfortable. Now, these other running backs are just running backs I'm going to mention. Gus Edwards with the Mark Ingram news. Interested in him, but I mean, I'd rather have J.K. Dobbins. I'm pretty sure J.K. Dobbins own. Jermichael Hasty. Jeffrey Wilson was inactive. What's his name? Raheem Mostert went on he's going to land on the IR. We don't know how serious Mostert's injury is, but Hasty's actually a really good running back. Like he's a special team player, but also a good running back. Like if you watch the game, he ran hard. And in the 49ers offense, we know if you put a running back there, they usually do pretty good. He carried the ball 9 times for 37 yards. He's worth an ad in a deep league. LaMichael Pirine, I mean, Frank Gore he can't get all the workload, right? Like he should be rostered. Now, player to stash. I'm telling you guys, you're going to start stashing these players because you're getting closer to the playoff. If one of these running backs get hurt, these are league-winning running backs. Latavius Murray, Tony Pollard, Jamal Williams, Giovanni Bernard, Malcolm Brown, most of those guys. But people ask me about Joe Mixon. I think he's fine. The coach said he's not worried about it. If the coach says he's not worried, it's more than likely that he's okay. He just needs to ice up, heal up. So Giovanni Bernard, if he's out there, do add him though. Don't spend too much, but I'm not going all out on him. Now let's go to wide receivers. Chase Claypool. I mean, I've said it the last 2 weeks. Add him. Chase Claypool for the Steelers. I mean, he had a career game 2 weeks ago, and now last week he did a pretty good game too. Claypool tied for second in team in target with 4, catching all of them for 74 yards to lead the team last week. And he's still available. I mean, go add him. I don't think when Deontay Johnson comes back, it will be him that goes to the side. I think it will be James Washington. So it'll be Juju, James Washington, and Chase Claypool to play out there in a 3 wide receiver set. I spend 15 to 20 bucks on him for sure. T. Higgins. I've been a big Higgins guy this year. I told you guys to add him as soon as he started blowing up. If he's still available, you should be picking him up. Higgins, he's done well. I mean, week 6, he caught 6 for 8 targets, 125 yards. Higgins averaging almost 8 targets per game over his last 4 games. Joe Burrow loves to sling it, and it looks like T. Higgins and him are on par. Like, they're ready. They're, like, together. Like, they're already gelling very good. He should be a wide receiver 3 the rest of the year with some wide receiver 2 upside. Okay. Spend like 15, 20 bucks on him. Mike Williams. Now, Mike Williams might be available in your league. A lot of people dropped him because of the bye week. I love Mike Williams. I've been touting him all year. I think he's phenomenal talent. He's just a beast. And Herbert is going to do the best to bring him out, and they have a really good connection. People forget, but he had a 109-yard, 2-touchdown game 2 weeks ago. So he's coming off it was 5 catch, 109, 2 touchdowns. So if he's on your waiver, add him. I don't know, man. Travis Fulgham. I mean, he's getting the volume. He is the number 1 wide receiver right now. He's living up to the title. I mean, like, he's doing it, right? 16 for 23, 227, 2 touchdowns last 2 weeks. Deshaun Jackson should be back next week. Alshon Jeffrey should be coming back too. Carson Wentz, trust him. I mean, he's targeting him. I mean, if you didn't add him last week and he's still out there, I'd go add him right now. Spend like $10 to $12 on him in a $100 fat budget league. Tim Patrick of the Broncos. I avoided this guy for the longest time, but I'm done. He actually looks like he's a real deal. He's now gone for 100 yards in consecutive game. Posted 4 for 43, 1 touchdown, 6 for 113, 1 touchdown, 4 for 101. And that Broncos receiver, like, Judy's not looking like a phenom, like what he was touted as. Like, He was everybody had him as the number one wide receiver. He's not looking as great as he should. The Broncos face the Chiefs in Week 7, so they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot to keep up with them. Other guys I like is Mecole Hardman. Sammy Watkins is still hurt. Christian Kirk, he had a great game on Monday Night Football. I think Kirk has 10 catches and 3 touchdowns, so that should be very good for him for the next couple weeks. Maybe he's starting to click with Kyler Murray. Keelan Cole, Laviska Shenault, Henry Rugg, Adam Humphrey, Preston. If Henry Rugg is still available in the league, go pick him up. MVS, Russell Gage, and then all these other guys are just maybe deep league. Like I have Rashad Perriman, Dak Pascal, Marcus Johnson, James Washington, maybe in deep league. Tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Go at him right now. He starting to click with Tom Brady, Cameron Brate, and Hudson, I think, is the other guy. Gronkowski, he torched the Packers last week. 78 yards and a touchdown. O.J. Howard's not there no more. He's going to be the premier tight end for Tom Brady. And you guys know that Tom Brady and them have a rapport. So maybe Gronk becomes that league-winning tight end this year. Again, I mean, we've seen it out of him. Trey Burton, this guy was incredible on Sunday for DFS. I was so happy because he was my second highest owned tight end. But he saw, let's see, him and Jack Doyle, they're splitting it, but Burton looks like the guy that is the real deal there. And we all know Philip Rivers loves to target those tight ends. Spend like $5 or $10, maybe like $5 actually. Don't spend $10, like $5, $2 if you really need a tight end. All these tight ends shouldn't be spent more than $5. Jimmy Graham of the Bears, he's still catching targets. He's still getting passes from Nick Foles quite a bit actually. He's seen 18% of his target over the last 4 games. That's a pretty elite target share for a tight end. Eric Ebron, the Steelers, Logan Thomas. I touted this guy, and I think it's going to come. If you saw his touchdown that he got, he did great. He caught it. He's a big boy. Like, holy crap. I can't believe this guy played quarterback. He had a 3 for 42, 1 touchdown. They play the Cowboys this week, so he could be a very good low-end streaming tight end. It'd be cool if he had the quarterback eligibility, right? But number one guy I really want to add everywhere, if he's available on free agent, I doubt he is Dallas Goedert. With Ertz being out for the next 4 to 3 weeks, I love Dallas Goedert. I'm going to try to get him in a lot of leagues. I think he is the heavy tight end. I think he is that missing piece Carson Wentz love. He's eligible to be off the IR, so he should be available for you. Other guys that I want to mention is just Darren Fells, Anthony Fisker. Because if John's out, he's going to be that guy. Irv Smith Jr. But don't spend too much money on them. All right. Now defense. Streaming defense of the week. Philadelphia versus the New York Giants. I mean, we know what Daniel Jones is. He's a turnover machine. This is a great matchup for them. New York Giants offense ranks 31st in total yards and 31st in points scored at 17 points per game. So Daniel Jones, I mean, he's just horrible. The Los Angeles Chargers versus the Jaguars. They can force some turnovers in Gardner Minshew. And then if you want to go deep, it's Cleveland Browns versus Cincinnati. Washington football team versus the Cowboys. I like them. And the Los Angeles Rams versus the Bears if they're available. But my top team defense that I'm trying to get is the Eagles defense. Put in some money on them. That's my streaming defense this week. Now let's go to buy and sell. My buy low or buy high, whatever. Just buy them. Go trade for them. This guy had a big game. You might have to pay for him. But DeAndre Swift, there's always that one rookie running back that breaks out. Last year, Miles Sanders toward the end of the season, he was drafted high and people dropped him. But I think DeAndre Swift could be this year's Miles Sanders. Go Go add him. Adrian Peterson's a great running back. I love him. One of my favorite all time. But DeAndre Swift, he has arrived. And I know he had a big game. But he got unlimited touches, right? I mean, if he's available in your league, obviously go at him. If he's not, go trade for him. I actually got him a couple of weeks ago. Someone dropped him in one of my leagues. I was shocked. And I was so happy. I was ecstatic that I got him. But go trade for him. I think he could go offer a wide receiver, maybe a different running back, maybe Justin Jackson for Swift. Maybe someone tried, see what the owner feels on him. He's probably going to be high on him, but, you never know, guys. DJ Shark, everybody was worried, right? But he played all his snaps. He did great. He looked good out there. I'm not worried about DJ Shark. I think his time will come. Go buy low on him, see what his price is. With DJ Shark, people forget how great a wide receiver he was last year, and he's going overlooked right now. Go buy on him. Kareem Hunt is the next guy I want to buy low on. Kareem Hunt, he faces the Bengals and the Raiders. Bengals and Raiders, the next two games. It's going to be before you can buy low on him. He had two games that are mediocre, and versus the Bengals and Raiders, he should have a good game, and they're going to run all over those two teams. Mark Andrews, I know that we usually premium price for tight end, but go see what his price is. He had a really bad game last game, 2 points, and people are worried about Lamar Jackson. But Mark Andrews, see what his price is. Go trade for him. Guys that I want to sell is Le'Veon Bell. I don't believe that CEH is done. I don't believe CEH is going to be pushed to the side. I think CEH is the starting running back, and he's going to get the workload. Jay Glazier reported that they didn't trade for Le'Veon Bell to be the starter, and I believe that is true. I think CEH is still the workhorse. He's still going to be that guy, but people forget that Le'Veon Bell can line up in the slot, so they can use him and move out Mecole Hardman or whoever is in the slot and use two running backs on the field. That offense can get very creative. This one hurts me because I really like this guy the whole season, but the last two games, we kind of great matchups, right? James Robinson, he had two great matchups the last two games, and he really failed to do good. Maybe it's time to sell high on him. I would go see what people that need running back, people that lost Dalvin Cook, people that lost Austin Eckler, people that are like 2 and 4. Go offer a running back, maybe for another running back or a wide receiver, see what they want. Now, this guy wants nothing to do with the rest of the season. I will trade him. I don't care, whatever I can get. Obviously, I want good value. It's Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm done with him. I think he's not washed up. He's just not fitting this year's system. There's a lot of wide receivers to go around. Claypool, Washington, Deontay, and Juju's not getting the target share that he usually gets. He might get red zone look, but if he's not scoring touchdown and he's not getting yard and reception, it's going to be hard for him to be that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1, or wide receiver 2 that people wanted him to be. Those are my sell high. I think that's it for this week, guys. Week 7. Go make your move. Go trade for them. Guys, it's week 7. Right now, we got to turn it on. We got to get the motor going. You can find me at the Facebook group, the Fantasy G Podcast / DFF Roundtable FanDuel DraftKings. The Twitter, Fantasy G Pod. And that's it. For all you guys, all the future champs out there, get your waiver wires in week 7. Peace out.